Very simple. VIP. The identity we're dealing with now is youth. And when I say youth, we're talking about teenagers. All right. So I'll just use it as a general term and just in the environment of being in town right now. What do you reckon, Facebook? If you're a teenager walking around the city right now, do you feel like you have a high value? All right. So it's going to be high, medium, or low. Collectively, for those kids where they're not in survival mode and they're at school, medium. Some of them are hopeful, some of them are scared. Yeah. Those not in school, those on the survival mode, their value is really, really low. They don't feel like they matter. And because they don't feel like they matter to anyone, there's no connection with anyone. So why would they care if they break into your car? They don't see it as your car because they have no connection to you. They just see it as a car. If they knew it was your car and they have a good relationship with you, they won't touch it. If they know it's your car and they don't like you, they'll wreck it. All right. But there's no connection to it. And so when you have a conversation with one of the youths whose identity is, let's just say, they're already getting involved in crime, they're already using drugs. If over here they're at school and everything else is sweet, all right, all this tracks into the identity in that situation. So youth are attaching their worth to their identity. That's why I've got all this gangster stuff going on. If you change your identity to this particular gang, you get more value. Yeah. And this over here, the purpose is the big unknown for every teenager trying to get through life. What do you want to do when you leave school? I don't know. What do you want to be when you grow up? I don't know. Like nobody really knows. You know, a few people might, but most they don't know. That's what being a teenager is all about, trying to figure that stuff out. So what they normally do is they change their identity to give them a high value. Yeah. And whatever their identity requires to do will become their purpose. All right. So value is feel, identity is think, purpose is do. All right. So they do dumb stuff so they look cool in front of their mates to increase their value. It's not a new formula, whānau. It's called being a teenager. Except doing dumb stuff to create this identity to look cool for your mates for high value now includes dangerous drugs like methamphetamine. There's always going to be smoking, there's always going to be alcohol. It was the rollies first, then it was cigarettes, tailor-mades, and then it was DAC and marijuana, and then it went across into coke and into the cocaine stuff. Well, actually, probably ecstasy first. Coke was still pretty hard for a lot of people to get their hands on. So Molly's, MDMA, and ecstasy and LSD were quite freely available. Now meth. Meth is so addictive, man. It's so lucrative. It's probably the most dangerous drug. So we've still got teenagers running the normal process for me. It's the normal process of a teenager. Except the stuff that they're doing now, all the stuff over here is more dangerous to them and it's more dangerous to us because all of this creates another identity, which is called a victim. So while they're doing this stuff, they create another identity because it's our cars they're ripping off. And so what happens now in our VIP triangle, in our mind, we're good people. Our purpose is flipping work hard for our families, man. It's hard work making money for your family and buying a car and doing that sort of stuff. And then these little shits come over here and break a window, which costs a fortune and mucks around. So now our value for us is over high. Now they've flipped and made us the victim, which makes us feel totally devalued. I mean, who the hell are you, you little shit? Coming here and break into my car. And then all of a sudden, what happens here? There's a massive clash. Now, what happens is this identity starts hating this identity. So for youth, it looks complicated, very simple for us. Very simple. So when we get troubled youth or we start explaining this, and I just had someone reach out, want me to go back and deal with some of the young gangsters again because it works. Then we end up with one gap. Because remember what I said yesterday, when we were talking about confidence, the VIP triangle is environmental in the mirror, at home, at work or school, or out here in the world. Yeah. So when these kids look in the mirror, unless they change their identity into something cool for their mates for high value, they'll keep doing all this dumb stuff. And then what does the system do? It keeps demonizing this identity. It just keeps destroying the value, which makes them keep doing this stuff to try and get this more value. Like it's the perfectly designed system if you just want to keep criminalizing kids and chucking them in cages. It is the opposite strategy to stopping people from committing crime. It's the opposite strategy for stopping people killing themselves. It's almost a perfectly designed strategy, the current system, to keep our kids killing themselves and to keep our kids getting locked up.